Hello, Tom Lohre here, captain of the Clio, telling the story of how we got to within 30 miles of the Russian border. It all started in 2009 when Willard Sunderland, the Russian PhD history professor at the University of Cincinnati, discovered that I had crossed the North Atlantic in a sailboat. And he petitioned me to help him take a sailboat from Boston to Saint Petersburg. Well, we sailed my craft on the Ohio River for a while, and then Willard got another boat, a 19-foot pocket cruiser, which we sailed on the Ohio River and then took up to Lake Erie as we decided what boat to buy and rebuild for the trip.
We're right off Kingsville, Ontario. It's been a fine sail. Take a look. That's Canadian gravel.
In 2019, Willard purchased this Bayfield 32, and then we proceeded to spend the next 7 years rebuilding it. We would go up for a 2-day weekend, just constantly trying to squeeze in because I wanted Willard to be there every step of the way of the rebuild. John Quincy Adams, his wife, and 2 of his children set sail from Boston in the Horace, traveling to Saint Petersburg, where he would be the first ambassador to Russia, to Alexander I, the Tsar of Russia. Now, they were paid passengers and basically made the trip trying to do as best as they could. There was a little bit of seasickness, but they read books and played cards.
Well, today's the big day. We're shoving off from Port Clinton, headed to Helsinki, Finland. This is Chuck Lohre, crew on the Clio, 32-foot Bayfield, based out of Cincinnati. So we're got all our preparations done, our dinghy mounted, solar panel ready to go. We've installed our mast steps, quite the accomplishment. And last thing we'll do here before we shove off is install the boot around the mast. Over the last 7 years, Tom and Willard and myself have completely rebuilt this ship. This is our lifeline here. We'll clip onto if we get out on deck, but really no reason to get out on deck. We've got all new lines here, and major thing that we're using is this the self-steering here. It's all mechanical. New winches. And here's Tom. He's checking the map here.
Yeah.
There's our captain.
Welcome aboard.
A veteran of 5 crossings, and couldn't be better. There's his guitar and our food hanging from the railings, and there's our alcohol stove with a custom holes for our pots, our refrigerator, beautiful big huge sink, and this is our new navigation system, Garmin. This shows the radar trace, and we've got everything stowed, and got our little spot device, that Andrew Dignan has lent us, and here Tom's looking at Chesapeake Bay. Up forward here is the owner's master suite. It comes with its own head, and here Willard just put on board John Quincy Adams' diaries, which includes the trip that we're following in 1809. John Quincy Adams went to Russia as the first ambassador to Russia. So here's our head. We have a composting toilet. It's worked flawlessly over the last year, and we're really looking forward to the trip. Willard's father's father, his grandfather, made 2 crossings, and in memory of that, we have Willard's commissioned a custom rookwood tile. Tom did the artwork, and this going to carry on the Sunderland tradition, which if you ever go to Annapolis, you'll find many Sutherlands acknowledge his grandfather sailed from Egypt to the U.S. in 1955, and then also in 73. So wish us luck.
Well, we finally set out, but as soon as we got 60 miles out, we discovered we had a big leak in the boat. Decided then to return to port and fix it, which meant taking the boat out of the water and taking the engine out. So we repaired it, replaced the bilge pump, and got the boat back in the water, and crossed Lake Erie to Buffalo, and took the mast out of the boat at Wardell at the beginning of Lake Erie, and then proceeded through the 35 locks each night, spending the evening in a wonderful little town. It was a walk back in history. So, but then we were in Lake Anita, and a big boat went by and knocked the mast out of the cradle on top of the boat. So we had to go back and get it put back in. Finally, we made it to Castleton on the Hudson, where we put the mast back up and proceeded around Manhattan Harbor.
From stem to stern, we've touched every part of Clio. We've replaced so many of the systems, in fact all of the systems, and new sails, new engine, new dinghy, new solar panel. We've even put a new anchor cover on the chain. So, and these are especially proud of these rat boards. They take us up to the radar and all those fancy instruments on the mast. So, Captain Tom here has started the engine. I was hoping that
Yeah, I always suck out all the fumes with my own breath. I got a hose back here. I suck those diesel fumes.
So we've got the self-serve diesel here at the Newburgh Yacht Club. And once again, here's our kitchen. We always keep it clean. Tom's bunk, Tom's guitar, Willard's V bunk, and you know, we love our head. We haven't named her yet. And there's Charlie's bunk and my lazy boy. So tying the bags up, and we'll be ready to go. Finish it off with our fancy instruments.
After fueling up, we went to Dickman Marina at the top of Manhattan and spent the night. The next day, we rounded Manhattan up the East River into...
Well, it is a big day because not only have we waited 800 miles to get to the ocean, this boat, born in 1976, as best we can tell, checking the history, talking to the immediate former owner who knew the prior owner, this boat has never been in salt water. So even Long Island Sound is a big, big day for Clio. So we're going to have a little toast in a minute, maybe even drink some salt water ourselves.
That's right.
With tequila.
With tequila.
Yeah, I got they're both clear, so we won't be able to distinguish.
Well, the other major thing is that now we're finally under sail after 806 miles.
Yes, and
Finally have fair winds.
there we put up the self-steering. Oh boy, well, all hell would be lost then.
Well, we'll have a southerly breeze all night. We'll be sailing all night. Tomorrow it'll be kind of a drizzly day. But here we are in the middle of Long Island Sound, and we just couldn't be happier.
Making about 3.5 knots.
Everything just is looking perfect. Wow, guys. Looks great.
Yeah, I don't know, we can blot out the drawing.
Well, there's Tom and Willard. They're testing out our Portland Puji dinghy and our torpedo electric lithium-ion battery dinghy motor. Looks like they're making good speed there. Oh, I'm just enjoying watching y'all, that's all. So it shows how it's done.
And we have those two. So the goal is to have both the computer and the paper. Yeah, that would be the goal.
Do you have a sextant?
We have a sextant. We have your navigational your spreaders. You gave them to me. We have your clock, which we set once we set once a week on Sunday, and by the following Saturday, it seems to lose about 3 minutes. So when we wind it up, that's not bad. I mean, you wind it up, and it holds for almost a week. I mean, it's impressive. Then Tom's, we have to rejigger this because Tom's made some markings, but it's not clear that we've
Accurate.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seems to read the basic, fair weather, not so fair weather.
Right.
But apparently this is, what is it? So you need a 3-chamber barometer is more reliable.
Those are for 10, right?
Right.
They're not for...
They're more for display, yeah.
I won them in a contest.
Yeah.
When I gave them to Willard, they'd never been out of the box.
Yeah, I opened a box that was given to my father in the 70s, and then we mounted them, and they came with the spokes, and Tom removed the spoke, because they were designed to look like ship's wheels. Tom removed the spokes because they otherwise wouldn't have fit in this arrangement. Yeah. Okay, then what else? We have our alcohol stove. I got my galley strap. We'll all be cooking a little bit, but I've been cooking more.
Coffee mainly.
And this strap will strap me in here, if things are rough, and you kind of work in here. We use this denatured alcohol fuel. It's pretty efficient. It's fairly crude.
Very hot.
It's very hot. Yeah, good for better or for worse. This space, haven't entirely figured out what to do with that. We'll probably cram it with water.
Exactly.
I'm not sure. This is the cover to the.
Oh, yeah.
Which we rarely use. This is a nice decorative cover for our instrument control panels, basically. The wiring center that feeds the displays. And we're just Tom had this idea of turning it into a kind of place for our truly wettest wet gear, when you come in. This, I guess, we'll have down during the crossing. Inside is also a bunch of paper trays. But this could fold up, and this conceivably, this space could be a spot for a man. Like you could sit with your back against there.
The original deal was...
Well, that's also why this panel is very useful. You could fold this up, then you're sitting, presumably with your back here and a cushion behind you, and your feet up there. Or maybe against the back, your back up against here and feet here. So that's a little lower. Here it's nicer for your head. That surrounds the shaft. Right before then, the shaft enters the stern tube. And what we noticed that night when we discovered all the water in the bilge, when Tom went in head first through that lazarette and had his nose right up against this spot, that the water was coming in, it seemed, around the stern tube. That's what it looked like, which was much more important and disturbing to see than the water coming from the packing gland, because the packing gland is supposed to drip a little water, and it could have been simply that it wasn't tightened enough or something. But it seemed at first glance that it was a much more serious situation. We were able to get it under control, pump out the water. These guys troubleshot some of our issues with the bilge pump, and we were on our way back home. Then, getting back on the hard, we obviously quickly realized, in fact realized even before we started, that we'd have to move the engine, do any work down there. So rather than taking it completely out of the boat, we unhooked it here and dragged it into the cabin, which was an operation in itself. And then this is, obviously disconnecting everything. And then we just basically threw massive amount of epoxy that's the problem. And when Chuck and Tom devised a scheme where we set up a kind of plastic wall and then filled in the epoxy around the plastic wall so it caked in the stern tube where it sort of comes out, or sort of juts out of the hull. I've got some pictures I could show you. So it comes out of the hull. You know, we removed the shaft. You can see everything. And I have to say, we didn't locate an obvious source of the water. I mean, you could tell that the fiberglass had been weakened over the years by some kind of trouble. And so I guess the theory we've all accepted is that this is a long-standing issue that we had never noticed before, because our bilge pump had never given out before, and we had never been motoring quite so much, because it was clear that the motoring intensified the leak, in part because it seems to, I'm pretty sure it's intensifying the vibration, you know, it's kind of squeezing out the water. But then Googling around and talking to some other people on the Bayfield boards, some fellow wrote in and said that he once upon a time discovered a hairline crack in the keel. And, you know, tiniest little crack. So water gets in, and it gradually is kind of squeezed up. Maybe there's some sort of weak spot here. But what we've been reassured by over the last month is that wherever it might leak next time, it's not leaking here. Yeah, and because this leak is gone. And we did find, like I said, some waterlogged areas there. They were especially cruddy, you know, they were kind of grayed out, and we were like scouring out chunks of this, you know, like fiberglass composite. Anyway.
All right, that looks great. That's great. So we're getting some great pictures of the dolphins here. They're keeping us company on the front of the boat. They like to swim around on our bow wave. It's really cool. There they are. Oh yeah, look at that. They just love to play. There's two of them there just circling around and coming back and forth and racing in front of the bow wave. It is so cool. It is so cool. It's like a pair, like brothers and sisters. There's mother and daughter, father and son. Yeah, it's just amazing how fast they swim. They just played with the boat. Very cool. So we're motoring on our way to St. John's to work on our ship identification system and weather a gale that's coming through. So goodbye, dolphins. There, Will. There, that's good. That's good. Great. It doesn't matter to me. What do you think?
Jim Winter really made our visit to St. John fantastic. So much help. Thank you, Jim.
Leaving St. John's. Will couldn't be happier. Look at that happy. You know, there's Gabriel on the other ship.
Ate some seaweed on the way, but it was nothing like the great food Willard cooked for us.
Great. I'll turn around, Will, and say hi here to the camera. This beautiful sunset here. August 4th.
August 4th. That's right.
Our fourth day at sea.
Gentle day. Perhaps too gentle. I wish we had a little more wind to go forward, but on the other hand, you have to be thankful for
only 61 today. Our best has been 170.
peace and quiet.
40 birds here hanging out. with us. Kinds of seagulls. Or becalmed. Nothing. No wind. Just hanging out. Well, August 7th, Monday. We've got good winds taking us to the north, and just around 1 o'clock. Seas are 5 feet. Just beginning our journey across the North Atlantic. We've got a good 15 days of this as we approach Fair Isle between England and the northern countries. So it's going to be a long several days at this pace, and then we'll have a little lull, and hopefully the winds will favor us to the east. So welcome to the North Atlantic. We're all enjoying our success of just adjusting the mainsail and working on our textbook of how to adjust the mainsail, and this is as good as it gets here in the North Atlantic. Sunshine, fair winds, not too heavy seas.
Yeah.
We really would like it to be like this the rest of the journey.
Yeah, except it's only going to last about 15 minutes.
No, it's going to last about like 15 days, but we'll go with it.
I see my son coming home to me. Once he was lost, and now he is found. And that's the way that we will get along. Kill that calf, call the family round. Kill that calf and call the family round. My son was lost, and now he is found.
Well, we're becalmed in the North Sea. Not much going on. 6-knot wind. We're only making 1 knot of progress. Still have our bird friends following us. They're always entertaining us. They're acrobatics. Well, here we are on Saturday, the 12th of August. Finally got some good favorable winds from the southeast that are going to be carrying us to Norway, and we'll have a nice day tomorrow. Getting about 100 miles under our belt. That's great. Everybody's happy. Well, it's our first major blow of the North Atlantic crossing here. Got the sail set, so we're just moving along here. But as you can see, it's quite the scene. It's like even the birds don't fly now.
Well, hello, all friends of Captain Eric's. I threw myself on him years ago and became so exuberant he banned me from sailing with him for 2 years. But then he came to his senses and let Chuck and I go back on his mainsail. So we had a great time. But it's around 5 o'clock, and I used to call him frequently and today we're celebrating with his typical 5 o'clock hors d'oeuvres, a saltine with a little sardine on it. And instead of the Mount Gay with apple juice, we're going to have a aquavit with a little piece of peeled lemon sliced. So here's to Captain Eric. He taught me so much of what I know about ocean sailing. But
Here, here.
ocean sailing
Rest in
is
peace.
yes, and my friend here, Willard, he petitioned me to help him rebuild a boat to take to Europe, and darn if we aren't in Europe now and on our way back. It's just amazing how many systems we have to deal with, but they're all very simple and we fix them as they come along. We always had all the tools and stuff on Fiona to fix things. And Chuck, what do you?
Well, it was a long passage from St. John's to Christiansand, Norway, and 37 days. August 22nd, August 21st, the day before Eric passed on. He sent Tom an email wondering what the hell he was. So it was very touching of him. We all got a good cry out of it.
Yeah, and then on August 17th, 2 days before he died, I stepped out into the cockpit of the boat and saw a sperm whale tail 15 feet out of the water, in the air, 70 feet from the boat.
Wow.
And I only recognized it because of course, I've studied the flukes of the sperm whale, and I saw the ridges on his backbone. And, instead of like saying, I got to get my camera, I just stood there and enjoyed the moment. And then once he disappeared, I went looking for him, but he sounded, and he was gone.
That's great.
Here,
Nice,
here,
sir.
Captain
Here,
Eric.
Captain Eric.
Captain Eric.
What a card.
All right. Red at night, sailor's delight. We've been waiting for this for a long time. At least the latest weather prediction says that we're going to have westerlies, prevailing westerlies for the next week after we get done with this gale. It's going to be kind of tough this evening, but we've shortened sail and battened down the hatches, so should be good. Should be good. It's going to be fantastic weather. Northwest and northwest and southwest winds for the next week after this, and shallow seas, which will make good time, hopefully 150 miles a day. So red at night, sailor's delight. Saturday, August 19th, 2023. So welcome to Sunday the 20th, and our bird friends are back. We've got about 15-foot seas. We're hoping to get clear of this gale here soon, and should be really clear sailing ahead. So blue skies, sun's out. Clio's been doing a great job. No problems. It's been great. Really great experience. So amazed at the quality of the construction of this ship and what the captain has done to it. So we're gonna make it. We're almost to the halfway point. spotted a whole pod of pilot whales that are here checking out the sailboat, saying hi to their strange robotic companion out here in the sea, wondering what we're doing. So they're right here. They're just right along with us. They just like following along, following the Piper here. Wow, this is some big.
I'm trying to take another shot to see if I get anybody closer. They're very close. I mean,
There's a lot of them here. They're all around us.
the closest is 20 feet away.
I can't even see their eyes. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, look, they're right here.
There's the pilot whales. Must be 4 dozen of them. All pods, a whole family, a whole group of pilot whales. Very cool. Just checking us out here. Nice to have some friends out here. Since the first ship sailed under American flag, the men of the American Merchant Marine have served their nation. Go ahead.
No.
Silent loyalty. In peace and war, they have died maintaining our lifelines across the world's oceans. Yet, for the first half of the century, America left them unhonored, forgotten, slaves of the shipmasters, hearing their lives out in brutal drudgery. Then a lone man, Richard Danish, rose to champion their cause so forcefully that his message became an American classic. That message began to take the form in 1834 as a tall-masted brig approached Boston Harbor.
Our track is in the red, and John Quincy's track is in the blue. We both experienced difficulty in rounding the top of Scotland. So there you go.
Wow, welcome to Thursday, August 31st, our 31st day at sea after leaving St. John's, and we're becalmed right at the north part of Scotland. And I'm using the occasion to make a little photo essay of the ship, and such a beautiful rig, everything so perfectly perfect, but certainly have a wonderful ship. She got us through the pounding seas and crashing waves and banging, and I'm currently violating the rule. Well, not exactly. I do have one hand on the ship at all times, and the other hand on my camera. So, but as you see, we've got a huge number of straps holding the dinghy down, which one of these brackets bent 1/32 of an inch. So we quickly doubled up on the straps. Lines everywhere. Everyone has a purpose. Way off in the distance, you can see Rona. We're drifting to the north to get away from the land. We want to go that direction to the east, but we're just waiting for a south wind. So there's Rona there. You can see it there. So we'll be the winds will shift around soon enough. We'll get there. We've gotten this far, thousands of miles from Port Clinton. All right, put away anything that you don't want the public to see.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, you know, everybody has their
Yeah.
little secrets
Well,
that
right.
you know they
The
keep
customs
to
agents
yourself.
look for.
You know, but
Where you're providing a
doing a little survey, stem to stern here of such a
little bit of a tour.
beautiful day at sea, relaxing. You might as well be Sunday versus Thursday.
Yeah.
No work is done on a Sabbath.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Welcome aboard. It's a spa day. We call it San Moritz holiday.
Manicure ahead.
Yeah, everybody gets
Mani-pedi.
massaged.
that's right. Well, thanks, Captain, for giving us a reprieve from all our hard work of basically just staying awake. That's our job here.
Well, right.
We've all become masters of every half hour we get up and look on deck or check chart plotter, and
Somebody's always on watch.
somebody's always on watch.
But there has to be something, some magic word that we can speak to the Atlantic so that it opens up and lets us go.
Adams,
What
Adams.
do we say? What's the code?
What's the code?
We're almost to the edge.
We have to put a
We're
knife
right
in-
at the
a
channel
knife
that will
in the
take us
mash.
out and it won't let us
Give
go.
me liberty, give me death.
No, we have to put a knife in the
All
mask.
right, give me a salmon sandwich.
Sandwich,
Let me
sandwich.
go to Norway, please.
All right, well there we go. That's let us go to Norway, please.
We got plenty of holes in this mast. I'll just stick a toothpick in it.
Go ahead, brother, Captain.
The funky thing that we saw from afar. Yeah, with the Echo Marine.
Well, hi everybody. It's Monday, September 4th. Tom's checking on his sextant readings, and we're making some bread over here. And then Will is shooting the sun. Really a beautiful day here in the North Sea. We've got about 72 hours to Norway. We really can't wait to get ashore after 39 days at sea. Maybe a day less. But see here, it'll be 3 days from now. That'll be the 7th. Plus 30, 31, 38. So 38 days at sea. We can't wait to do it again with conditions like this.
Yeah.
Beautiful day. Got a great beam reach. Well, it's September 6th. We're making our way to Christensen through a lot of the fjords here. All the rocks staying out of the heavy weather. It's out offshore. We refueled with a 5-gallon tank, and we're looking forward to working our way through these islands, and much like the coast of Maine, and we'll be in Christensen probably in 4 hours. Well, here we are in Christensen,
Time on our side.
waiting for the customs to come.
Time waits for no one.
Must be a boring day in Christensen. Come inspect a 32-foot boat from Port Clinton, Ohio. But that's okay. We'll entertain them. It's a beautiful, beautiful old harbor here. And we've got Will is cleaning up the cabin, getting ready for
First impression.
the
Good first
inspection.
impression.
Give me a smile there, Will. Okay.
Hello.
And we had a neighbor come here, just dock, another 32-foot boat. So we're just enjoying the scenes here. Beautiful little harbor. The folks that live on this boat here we've met, and this gentleman, we've met him, and it's a beautiful day off. Finally have a day off, no duties whatsoever. Okay, great, thank you.
The Maritime Museum in Kristiansand is a collection of antique boats all in a row made out of hard pine. A beautiful example. But we set out again to go to Helsingør, and the wheel locked up. We had to go back and get it oiled, but we did get to spend another day, so we got to go up in the Ferris wheel and get a nice bird's eye view of the ship for our last day.
Wrapping up our stay here in Kristiansand. It's been a wonderful time. We got the ship's in great order, and we're looking forward to a day and a half trip to Helsingør. So Clio really outperformed herself. We're very happy about that. Thank you.
It was fun to finally start a real kind of cruising life of going from one cute harbor to another in just a day sail, and it was fantastic.
Modest movement.
Yeah, you'll see it move slowly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well then you line it up and just, when it's lined up, say mark and I'll take a mark.
I lost it again.
Pumping fuel from jerry cans into the tank.
Wednesday the 13th. We're approaching one of the most famous straits in world history, the Narrows of the Kattegat to Helsingør and Helsingør, Denmark and Sweden. All the ship traffic has to go through this strait here. It's where the tolls and fines were levied. If you declared your value of your cargo, and if the king thought it was too good a deal to be true, you had to sell it to him. So, but we have nothing to declare. So, all's quiet on board. Tom's working on his celestial navigation, and Charlie's on watch at the moment. So, looking forward to spending 3 nights there at Helsingør. Sure.
Christian Moth was monitoring the AIS and saw a Russian ship with us, the Clio, a U.S. ship, and so thought there was a story there, so she wrote one.
Welcome to the Baltic. We came in last night at 10 o'clock. We just couldn't handle it out there. The winds were too high, and we couldn't make any forward progress. So instead of just going back and forth and going nowhere all night, we decided to come back into the canal that we just left. Very protected harbor, and tied up alongside somebody's sauna. So hope that's all right with them, and we'll plan on leaving tomorrow morning. Well, here we are in Gotha, Sweden, and the harbor we decided to pull into is a perfect surfing spot. Of course, for high winds like we've experienced, 30 knots, it was quite frightening when we were approaching the harbor to see all these surfers, and but they got out of the way, and we pulled in the waves just like it is now, just winds just like it is now. So looking forward to see if one of these folks actually tries to catch a wave. As you can see, it's the best place to wait is right at the entrance of the harbor. So later steps, here they go, they're going to try it, there he goes. All right, look at that. Those boats are up, they're both up. Got a good run all the way, part of the way to the beach. Good job. And we may spend another night here. The winds are just too strong, and you know, a really nice harbor. Wish us luck.
We finally set off into the Baltic and ran into numerous warships on the way. There lots of traffic. Always, they probably get about a mile away from us, but we always turned on the AIS for 5 minutes every hour. So I made some more bread, and we continued up through the Baltic with a fantastic following wind. It was amazing. We just entered the Gulf of Finland, and we're able to go wing on wing almost the entire length of the Gulf of Finland. Truly a wonderful end to the voyage, because we had been up against so much headwinds constantly, and sailing close hauled is just tough, and with a rough sea it's just impossible. But not this. The final few days was pastoral, fantastic sailing. And to crown it all off, I got to see the Northern Lights that last night, that last morning at sea.
Okay, copy that. You have passed the border inspection in Norway. Tell them to be on when you arrive. I'm back to Channel 16, over and out.
Thank you very much. We're happy to be here. It was a long voyage all the way from Boston, USA. Thank you. Over.
Well, at least you didn't roll.
What did you say? This is Sailing Notes with Leo. I didn't understand you, but I hope you said I'm glad you made it. It was a long, long trip. We're very happy to be here. Thank you again for the welcome. Over.
Okay, then I'll explain you. Some Finnish firemen just rowed across the Atlantic Ocean from the United States to Great Britain. Now he's planning to continue his rowing journey to Finland.
Wow. Well, that's even more amazing. We'll drink to his health today. Thank you. Over.
Okay, have a nice rest of the journey. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Over and out.
Okay, now this is your time to say exactly what's on your mind about me. Go ahead.
About
me.
Oh, no,
I
I
Should
can't do that.
go ahead. Come on.
can't
Come
do
on. Oh my gosh. Can't you say nothing?
The captain is God, and I
Right.
pray to the God.
Okay. Well, that's
How's that?
Sweden
And
now
Denmark.
vodka.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit okay. We have lots of people
Yeah.
visiting in summer.
Yeah.
If the fall is coming, so
No, we were here. The plan, we were supposed to be here about 6 weeks ago. We got
Yeah,
delayed,
okay,
so
you got
always
delayed.
late. Yeah. And I wanted to go to Russia. I'm not going because of the war, so that's why we're here. You know. So I'm going to stay here for the winter and come back in May next year.
well. Thanks for the welcome.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Now we need some beer.
Well, here it goes. Cleo's coming out of the water. They're kind of sad. We shut the engine down for the last time.
470.2.
470.2 engine hours. We don't have to worry about gallons per mile anymore. It's a nice facility here. It's really poignant. Taking the boat out of the water. Everybody's safe and good trip. Really amazing experience. World's an ocean planet, and now we know what it's like to sail the oceans. Been very nice here at Coca. Very good reception. Great yacht harbor and facility. Couldn't be happier. But I'll be happy to pet my kitty and Mr. Chuck. So, Tuesday at 6:20 in the morning. Get on a flight home. There she comes. There she is. So, wow. It's been really amazing to have all of our hopes and dreams accomplished on this journey. Meticulous preparation. Unbelievable preparation. No stone left unturned. So, very, very grateful. Everything worked out well. Amazing captain, my brother. Just incredible experience building a spaceship for planet Earth, and then traveling in it 5,000 miles. 5,000 miles. Just a great accomplishment by all involved, and everything was successful. Sure, we had a few problems, but our preparation and due diligence just made them inconsequential, even though some of them were serious. Gosh, what do you learn about yourself on a trip like this? Well, it wasn't a nightmare, but it was a very grueling physical accomplishment. We were well prepared. Just being out in the middle of the North Atlantic, 1,000 miles to go, just agonizingly wait till you reach the halfway point, and you know you've got 17 more days to go. Very strange world. But the seagulls were always there with me, giving me pleasure with their dynamic soaring. So it took a lot. We'll this is his dream, and here we are. 150 miles short of his goal of going to Saint Petersburg, but we don't know. Who knows whether Clio will actually make it or not. International situation being what it is, just don't know. But here we are, safe in harbor, out of the water, and we've had a tremendously successful end to our journey. Something I'll never forget. I've learned so many things about reality, consciousness. I'm prepared for the rest of my life.
Now we prepare to bring the Clio back to Port Clinton. Could take quite a while. We might wait out, see if we can get to Russia, but still, she's in good hands and a wonderful facility, and it's just a matter of time. Just sort things out. There's a lot to be said for preparation. So thank you very much. It's been a wonderful time. We still have plenty of years left sailing.